everybody. I'm Tom Basil.
I am Z Garcia.
And I'm Jeremy Howard.
You're into hate already?
I know.
You got to come in positive.
You got
okay, I'm sorry. You're
some
right.
feels already.
Hey,
Start
everybody.
positive.
Welcome to the top 10 games we hate. We're happy you're here with us.
Right.
Thank you for joining us.
Right.
You know, gaming is a wonderful hobby.
Wow.
It's it fills us with joy. It brings us together, except Jeremy, because he plays mostly alone.
Yeah.
And it is truly it
That's true. If you
bridges
hate a
all-
game, it's your fault.
Yeah.
I think now I'm looking at my list. It makes it seem like I hate games that we have to play together.
You hate people.
No,
it's really a different
list.
list.
I play
It's
a ton
top
with
10
people, but
people we hate. That's
I just
another
think
thing.
that I realize that I'm like, all these are forcing me to play with other people.
After my number one, it's really hard to come up with other ones. Okay.
Wow.
Anyhow,
Yeah.
so now this I feel, just from the tidbits that Roy has accidentally leaked, I feel like we may have done this in a different way. So
Yeah.
my 10 games that I hate are games that I truly have fiery passion in my soul of hatred towards, but very few of them, many of them are, at least 5 will probably, if you've not watched a lot of my stuff, you probably never even heard of the games.
Yeah.
But I'm about to introduce you to them.
Okay.
But I didn't pick my list will, I'm betting mine will be the least controversial list
nobody
because
knows what
my
you're talking
games are that bad. It's just fact.
Okay.
Well, my games, I could have easily done that. I decided instead to go with games that people have heard of.
Yeah.
And games that I was hoping would be good also as part of it.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's a different list, but that's fine.
Yeah, I think so too, because it's like I realize that like it's like hype or whatever, and I feel like my list is like very popular games, but at the same time they do represent games I just don't want to play again, because I've played them several times. All these games I've played several times, and after that I'm done. Like I'm done. But of course there are plenty of games that we all play. It's like they're not even worth mentioning.
That's kind of how I felt.
I
You
was
know,
just
if
like-
I play something
like,
and it's
I'm
absolute
not gonna-
garbage,
you know, like-
out of the door, I never heard of it
Right.
before.
Like
That's
I played
not
this
worthy
game.
of the list.
No!
It's just not.
This is called games I hate. I hate these games.
I hate these
Tom,
games too, Tom. It's okay.
I really don't hate games. I just don't want to play them anymore.
I hate games.
This list was
And
your
people.
idea.
I just kick games to the curb. Like I don't even give
This
them.
list was
I don't
your
even give
idea.
them the energy.
I hate games
But I'm
and
gonna try.
I hate
I'm gonna try.
people.
I'm gonna try to.
If
I'm gonna
you-
try.
If you like any of these games, I hate you.
Okay, yeah,
I hate
actually,
you.
I'm glad you brought to us. Seriously, these may be your favorite games.
These may be your favorite
It's
games. Yeah.
fine.
That's not what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I'm saying it's not fine.
I will tell
If
you.
you like any of these games, I hate you. And everything, that was a little, everything you stand
And
for.
every.
Yeah. I don't use hate. Sorry. I just don't like.
Okay, I strongly dislike everything you are and represent.
It. Wow.
You all right?
Wow.
I'm clearly kidding.
Wow.
Send your hate emails
To
at
hate,
Tom
hate, hate.
at Dice Tower.
Jeremy at Dice Tower.
No, don't you do it. No, don't you do it.
That will just come to me anyway, probably.
No, right? It'll just bounce and go
We
to
don't
Tom.
have
You
a
do
Jeremy
it.
yet. All right, let's get started and see what kind of hate we brought.
Number 10.
All right, my number 10, and like I said, mind you,
You're
these are
literally
games
killing me.
that I mean, some of these games I was really excited about, and they just no. And that first one is Vindication. All right. So
In your face.
a lot of
Cut
my
the video.
Okay, a lot of my closest friends really love this game. Like really
Some
love
of my
this game.
closest friends play Vindication.
Right. And honestly, I actually was like, I don't know, I'm on the fence when the Kickstarter was up. Then I started to see some people play, and I was just thinking to myself, like, okay, I can try this. And as you can see, like with a game I'm about to talk about later, it's like I tried the game. And when I got it to the table, I was like, maybe I thought this would be cool, like having these exchanges of the cubes and things like that, and how that system works. I'm like, but maybe I've seen this before. I played this before. Then I was like, I liked the how the like when you what is it like between these little between the land masses or whatever. It's such an abstract game, by the way. It's not even the theme that it is, although it does look beautiful and it's organized well. I really don't have many things to say about this game.
looking at me?
I don't really have, you know what it is? I don't have anything to say about this game. I was not overwhelmed by it. Outside of the beautiful sheen, outside of like that part where you're in between all the different things and that kind of triggers, I was like, that's pretty cool. But like, what are they like? All the theme that they're trying to sell me on, it's a waste. It's just beautiful artwork, and I just didn't feel like anything was memorable in this game. Nothing. The way you build engines, the engine in the game, like I said, with that cube thing and you're moving, I didn't find that exciting.
Well, let me just posit a simple statement. I think Vindication is more thematic and more fun to play than Mage Knight.
Okay, put down your pen. Right out that door. Right out that door.
He could really beat me up. I'm not going to do that.
He's not going to beat you up.
He just told me to go out the door.
I was disappointed. I really was disappointed. And I thought...
Tom's disappointed in this choice.
And then when that expansion came out with like the cooperative thing, I was like, oh yeah, so let's do this, right? And then it got more... It just added more that I thought that I would like, and it just didn't inspire me to play more, which I was hoping, like, oh, okay, just like the game I'll talk about later, but it's just, I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the fun.
I think it's a very strong game. I will argue that the theme is not super strong.
No,
I like the theme, but I don't know. I like the sandboxing nature of it. I just love the game.
That's the thing, and I thought I would enjoy that too. It just didn't pull me in.
Well, I respect your choice.
Yeah, I think.
Stupid as it may be.
All right, we'll try it. We'll try.
Doesn't seem very respectful.
Yeah, I know.
At my number 10.
Wrong!
Wrong.
You know what sounds really good to me?
What?
A steak.
Arkham Horror, right? But shorter, with more theme. Like more captivating Arkham, right? I don't want to just move around the city and do whatever Arkham. I want to travel the world. I also want it to be a better storytelling game. I want the characters to matter. That's what Eldritch Horror promised.
All right. If this is just going to be a top 10 games Tom likes, but we don't, we should have made that clear. I don't know how I would have done it.
Eldritch Horror.
We're having a game intervention right now.
Thank you. And it just isn't that. It's just Arkham again, largely. It has a little more story there, barely. The game is still really long.
Barely story? Come on now.
No. No, this is more story.
There's more story, but it's not any shorter. It's not any more involving. I was hoping this would be everything I wanted Arkham to be. It's really not. It's a lateral move.
Yeah.
It's not. This didn't feel like progress to me. This felt like, psych, we got you. We're going to sell you Arkham again and every expansion again.
Okay.
That's what this felt like to me. I tried it one time, really disliked it. I tried it again and hated it, and that solidified it. I've played this twice. Not going to play it again because it got me with the same stupid card twice. Who put that card in the game? There's a card.
I don't disagree with that.
In the game, you
mine out.
have to achieve 3 objectives or whatever, right? Overall, like to win or to get to the end game, whatever. There's a card that might take one of them away. That is a third of the game.
Yeah, I agree.
That is possibly an hour's worth of play.
Wow.
If I see you, I'm going to hit you in the face.
The card?
The person who made the card.
Yeah.
Do we know who it was?
Yeah.
No.
If I find out where you live...
Man, where is HR? You don't have HR here?
There's a lot of
There's a lot of workplace violence. We assign HR. We
not
assign...
Don't really leave the room right here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but that's not physical violence.
I thought you
it's
had
just
security.
A threat.
Oh.
A very serious threat.
I will tell you that this game right here is one of the reasons I knew when I played this game. I like Cthulhu, like the Cthulhu, like reading about that kind of stuff, like in the books or whatever.
Tentacles.
Like this game, this is one of the reasons that I knew without a doubt that I don't like this theme of the board game. Like
you
I just
don't like
don't.
Cthulhu themes?
We shall see later on our top 10.
Man, all right. Well, let's take a hard left into less controversial games, I guess, because again, I don't think I'll be
Because
arguing
there's
me.
stuff nobody knows.
But it's hateful. Okay,
Okay, go
actually,
ahead.
this is the one that's a slightly bit controversial, and I apologize to all those who love it, but I just recently replayed it with my kids, hoping it would be good with them, and it's not, and that's Munchkin. All right.
Oh.
Now, Munchkin, no, don't, whatever. I'm not apologizing for my picks. Munchkin is an easy punching bag for gamers, for sure.
Yeah, good job, Tom.
And I don't mean, again, to be clear, I don't mean to put down the people who love Munchkin because there obviously is a gazillion of them.
Okay, you're doing that though. Go.
I'm putting down the game. What, you just put... So you're saying when you put down Vindication, you're putting down me?
I don't have enough energy to not like this game. You're being rude. There's a lot of children out there who enjoy this game. There are teen groups. There are church
to the
groups.
children. That is hilarious.
You know what, though? I was playing this with my kids, a variant of this with my kids the other day, and they said, this game seems too lucky. And when my kids say that, who have a very high tolerance of luck that I can't get to, and I just don't get the design. I don't get how that they've made the nth variant of this at this point and still haven't got to the point where you just get a card that says, go up a level.
Yeah.
And then there's a card that you fight a humongous monster or you fight a small. It's really, the more I play this, the more I realize it's kind of talisman-like, but they brought it to a card game.
Sure.
Do any of the other ones that have other themes, do they kind of play actually different, or do they just feel like a sheen?
There's slight differences to them.
Do they cure the problems that you're
thing.
saying right now, though? Like, do you feel like they cure the problems? Is there more a game element to it that
Oh
you
no!
feel
In
like,
fact, I feel like it's a bigger problem because some of these spin-offs, they don't have the humor.
Okay.
And that was like the only thing propping up Munchkin was the humor.
Oh.
You take the humor out and play it straight, it's even worse.
So they really lean into like, hey, we just made this a Marvel one.
And
That's
I know
what-
probably in
like,
the comments people will get negative, oh, this is an easy pick.
Well, there might
yes,
be-
that's the whole point of the list. Games I hate. This is the last of this kind. Okay, that's a lie. It's not true. But this is, anyway, number 10 is Munchkin.
There might be children in the comments. That's why.
This video is not
Dear
appropriate.
Mr. Vassal,
Dear
I used to
Mr.
enjoy your
Vassal.
videos, but I don't anymore.
My dad brought me to the
P.S.
computer to
I'm
say
burning
I'm
all
not
my
happy.
hats. Thank you for ruining my dreams.
Number 9.
All right, prove me wrong here. Tell me a game that's really deserving of hate.
All right, so I was gonna throw near and far in here, but my last second entry, and I went back and forth. I had to get this on my list. Was Quacks of Quedlinburg. This game.
I haven't played it, so I'm good. I'm out of this.
So here's the deal with this
Get
game.
'em.
There are things about me that I enjoy. I love games where I can like enjoy risk. Like I can be risky and have fun and like I don't mind crapping out, you know. And this game has that. And it has a progression to it where it feels like, hey, you can add things to your bag to kind of change that up, and you have almost an incentive for a while to do this. But for a person like me who's always trying to press that moment where I can crap out,
Yeah.
it doesn't work out a lot. And you have to buy that. You have to buy your points
You're going to buy your points.
at the end of the game.
Well, that's just so that you don't crap out on purpose on the last turn.
No. I need that. I need all that. I do. I just every time I play this.
I feel better about my saying Munchkin now.
No.
Because there's way more people watching who are going to disagree with you on this
That's
one.
the thing. That's the thing. This is the type of game where I know I should like it. I know it.
You shouldn't like it or should?
I should. Like I really should like this game.
I don't think you have to like
But
a game.
no,
or
I'm
not.
serious. Like it actually appeals to the type of game that I would like.
Well,
but
then you're wrong.
But that little what is that other thing in the between the rounds where you have like this little gap and you like that's another thing. I was like, how does this thing score or
You
whatnot?
mean the
like,
rat?
Yeah, whatever. There's this game is so forgettable to me, and I was so excited about it. That's what I think. That's what you're going to see on my list is like these are games that I was excited about, and then when I play them, I played this one 3 times.
I
It is
was excited
forgettable.
about hearing your list.
It is forgettable.
But 1/5 of your list already
Yeah.
is garbage.
This is a forgettable game to me.
This game's amazing. It was the most played game
And I
at
waited
Dice
for it.
Tower West.
Taverns of
means you
Tiefenfall.
hate most
Taverns of
people there.
Tiefenfall. Great game. This one.
Are you
Oh,
kidding me?
Man,
Yeah.
come on.
You're saying this is worse than Taverns?
I like Taverns of Tiefenfall. I should say I like Taverns of Tiefenfall. I do not like this game.
Well, that's a legitimate opinion.
Yeah.
All right, my number
Someone,
9.
you know, someone in the comments could be like, I don't think these guys like each other. It happens every
Oh,
time.
no. That is not true.
We fight.
They fight
We
and
have-
fight
we have
and fight and
gloves.
fight and fight. Fight, 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 fight. Okay, my number 9 is a spin-off from a very well-known, highly regarded game where when they announced a spin-off, I figured they would take the most exciting, the most fun, the most unique part of the original game and spin it off into a smaller game for only 2 players.
Oh, okay.
They did not do that. They took
Seven
the most
Wonders
boring
Duel?
part. They took the most boring, mundane part and made a 2-player game from it. This is Agricola.
You are so
All
wrong.
creatures, big and dumb.
Oh, man. Oof.
This makes no sense. You're saying, I still am mind
What is the
boggling.
most interesting part of
Yeah,
Agricola?
please.
Building the pens of animals.
Listen to what you just said.
No! Come on now.
What is the
Listen to what
most
you said.
interesting and unique part?
Okay, hey, gamers. Okay, hold on a second. Just listen to what he said. Are you excited about building?
Yes.
It's so interesting
obviously
that
people
gamers are excited about
because
stuff like
this did well. It wasn't like this game bombed.
It did not dud well.
This done did well.
that.
No,
did
look,
well.
the cards is the most
This-
exciting
do you
part.
like building
the man put
fences?
512 cards in the core box.
Fine.
One for every megabit that he had as a kid. And
Dumbest conversation ever.
that's okay. And instead of putting cards in the smaller version, making it more about the special abilities on cards, oh look, an oven, oh look, a ninja blender, whatever. Instead, it's about, he took away the distinctiveness between the players.
You don't even like Agricola, though.
That's true, but I was hoping this would be better. I hate this more than Agricola.
I think
I
Agricola's
agree
okay.
on that, but I don't understand how you say people don't like it. Zularedo and other
That's not
games.
what I'm saying.
Even
Yeah.
like games like. There's the games that people play on the internet where on computers where you build your own zoo. People like penning groups of animals. That's just a thing. When you're
People
done with
are
it, you like a
weirdos.
thing.
Not this one. At least the people on the cover are in love and happy. What's inside that box does not make me happy.
Look, I don't think I think this
I
game's
just don't
inferior
like the
to
ga- I'm
Agricola.
like, wow.
But I think it's a fine game, and it
I
takes.
think that's perfectly okay. I'm saying I hate it.
I get it, but you always like
And I
the
hate
most.
you for talking about it so much. Is that clear enough?
Yes, sir.
Good. My number 9, Tom Vassell.
No.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, Agricola. All creatures big and small. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
All right,
Yeah.
very, very popular
Yeah.
game. Cthulhu Wars was very, very popular, right?
Better not be Glorinta.
No, but it is
I
from
don't
this.
know.
It is from this company though, and this is a game that Board Game Geek only has 93 ratings.
Whoa.
So no one's heard
Whoa.
of it. Got it.
Yeah, Theomachy the Ancients. Now
What?
now for me, huge disappointment this game was.
Almost made my top 10. What is this?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not attacking popular things.
No, I'm not attacking popular
I'm-
things.
I am.
What is this?
Okay,
what
so
is it?
in this game, you were a pantheon of gods fighting other pantheon of gods.
Okay, I'm in.
I
I'm
agree.
in.
That
Right,
was
I'm in.
awesome idea.
Okay.
So what they did is they mixed deck building, trick taking,
Yes.
betting,
Yes.
and very difficult to understand symbols.
No, look at this. What is
and put it all in one game.
No.
I cannot emphasize how bad this game was.
Can it be recovered though?
No. The theme is really cool, and in fact, it's not showing here. There's some nice big cards of the different gods and everything with their special powers. It's like the guy who designed it was like, let's build a deck building game. We'll throw in some trick taking. How about an auction?
You put
And
all
you're
his designs into one basket.
What? Who is the designer of this? Oh, there's 5 of them.
Oh no.
Each one wanted a different kind of
They
game.
each had a different game, and then
Each had a different game and
and
one
Peterson
person to put
Games
it
was
together.
like, well, you know what? You all win. We're all winners here. We'll just throw it in the box. And the one guy grabbed it, and he was like,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Wow.
Sounds like a nice
That
fable.
sounds.
Now, I was, again, I'm picking games that I truly loathe, and this was one of them. And again, part of my loathing was because I was so pumped up. I thought
Sounded cool.
Cthulhu Wars was okay. I liked the Cthulhu Wars fine. But this sounded even better. Like, I'm going to take the Greek gods up against the Aztec gods. You know, oh, that's a neat idea.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you still own this?
Are you kidding me? No. I don't own games I like, let alone hate.
Which games do you own? If you don't own games you like,
I game
or the
games I love.
Love?
Liking is not good enough. It has to be love.
Wow. But like can turn into love.
I like that. I like Kenny.
No.
I also like Kenny Rogers.
You have to let it grow.
Liking is not good enough. You gotta love to keep a game.
Wow. Again, not hitting big popular targets.
All right.
Oh, next one.
Oh, I got
Never
my
mind.
arrow out. Believe
All
me,
right,
I got
go
it full quiver.
Number 8.
All right, my number
right, knock
8.
it down.
My number 8. Now, this game was one of the ones that I kind of like. It was one that was pretty popular, I think, at the time I was coming back in. My wife and I played, and we realized it wasn't a two-player game, which doesn't bother me. You realize a game isn't a two-player game, unless you're one of those types of people.
Did it say
that-
2 players in the box?
Yeah, it does.
It should
And
bother you, then.
Ooh, I know. I was young back then. I was a beginner back then.
Wait a minute.
And so,
How long ago was this? Like 2 years?
no, this
Six.
is like about 6 or 7 years ago. I think, yeah. So it wasn't a new game at the time, I don't think. But then I played it with a couple other people, and I was just like, I thought it was kind of fun, and then I was like, nah, I don't think I want to do this again. It is called Tokaido. So Tokaido is absolutely gorgeous, and it has that kind of like this little bit of strategy where, of course, the person in the back goes and they get to go and stuff like. I think that part is the redeeming part. Now, everything else, just boring to me. After a while, I kind of got bored of the game, and then I was like, I don't want to play this game again. But when I think the big tipping point was it immediately got erased from my mind and my heart at all, was when Raids came out by Yellow Games, where they did it a lot better. And okay.
You actually disagree on that. He doesn't like raids.
So I was going to say, Sam agrees with me. He's not here.
No, he
but
does.
but yeah,
sorry,
I
Ed.
really thought that game is awesome. When I saw that, I was like, oh, they do Tokaido just better. That was like the last thought
Unless
process
I
I
was
had.
taught that game wrong.
You were.
By Sam.
You were.
I was?
Yeah, you were.
Okay, then
You
I
are mistaken.
gotta try it again.
Wait,
Sam
are you saying-
taught me. If
You
you've
are
seen me
mistaken.
playing,
Yeah.
Sam is the one who taught me.
Well, let me ask you this about Tokaido. I get that you were saying, you played it and it's kind of faded off
Yeah.
for you, and that makes sense. I like the game, but I can
Yeah.
understand it fading. But where is the hate? You're saying it faded. That's different than hate.
I found it. What was there something about this game where I was like, there's still a way to become like the runaway person. Because I felt like when you go to those
Restaurants.
the restaurants,
Or whatever they
you
are,
can
but-
take things away that people can't get anymore. I can't remember
Like
what I
every
done.
game.
Yeah, and I was thinking to myself like, I don't like that. Like as I got a little bit,
Like every game.
It's not a solo game.
no.
He goes in, there's another
Oh,
player.
look, I put my worker
Okay.
there. I
Is
took
that what
something
we're
away
doing?
you can't
Is
get
that what
anymore.
we're doing now?
What are you
Is that
talking
what we're
about?
doing a solo thing now?
You hate this because you had to play with 3 other people. Let's be honest. That's what it was.
This was the beginning of my hate of playing with other people.
You know what I realized?
Tokaido.
Other people play games too, and it sickens me. Not at my table.
I was becoming a hater. Yeah.
Sounds like a garbage documentary, like on some garbage, VH1 documentary. And then he would realize everything was becoming hate. We'll be right back. One of those things.
The transformation.
Transformation. Just come back to you, and you're like alone in a dark
Yeah.
room playing by yourself. This was a new life for Jeremy.
Tokaido. It rains out of the black. Tokaido.
Oh,
No,
man.
yeah,
All right.
and you know what? That was a fringe for me because it's like there's also like you fall out of love with a game, and you fall in love with a game, and you literally do not want to play it anymore. I don't.
Yeah, but I get that, and
No,
I've done it too, but it doesn't turn into hate.
For me, like I said, I don't hate games. For me, there's games on this list that I just
I like
actively
your-
reject
Keep
anymore.
going back to the fact that you picked the name here.
But I'm just saying, I picked it because I want people to know that I don't like every game, and of course I don't like a lot of these popular games. But like, I actively do not want to play this game anymore.
Okay.
I would rather suggest someone play Raids with me, and I know I'm going to be playing it for less time, and it's also going to be just a little bit more fun of a journey. And it's it's just a more fun of a journey. And I'm like, good for you if you like this one. The Namji that's coming out, I'm not necessarily sure I'm interested in if it's going to have the same thing.
Sounds similar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it
does
sounds
sound
very
similar,
similar.
right.
Oh, okay, so rinse repeat, new artwork, great for that guy.
That's right. Paycheck.
Yeah.
All right, my number 8 is all I really should have to say is that it's a semi-cooperative game, but I'll say
boy.
more.
Oh boy.
Dead of Winter is my number 8. Dead of Winter,
How did you put the PowerPoint together without attacking him?
Why would he attack me?
Thought he was a fan of this.
So, you know what? My number 8 just became Roy Candidate.
Oh my God.
I'm hitting everybody.
Roy Candidate. Ooh.
That's it. That's all I'm gonna say about. No, it's okay. Roy's okay. He has bad taste in games, but it's
No.
not his fault.
Not true.
Not true, he said. Dead of Winter is a cool idea for a game. I like the concept. I like the. I mean, it's sort of tried and true to a degree. The idea of like, oh, zombie outbreak, but the real enemies are the people. You got to fight against the, fine. But the semi-co-op thing just doesn't work. I'm sorry. If I'm not going to win because of some stupid thing like I didn't hoard 3 cans of tomato juice or whatever, then guess what? Nobody's going to win.
You should drink tomato juice.
Yes.
It just seems like, people, and I love people's explanation to why I'm wrong. They're like, well, it's a spiritual win. It's like you have to think that there's like a win and like a soft win and then a lose. I'm like, no, okay.
I would never play a game with a person that
If you have
says
to like
that.
interpret,
No, okay.
if I have to interpret the meaning of
Because I
winning,
said that.
Yeah. Oh
No,
no.
a few people have said
No,
that.
he did not. Tom,
If you
I
have
would
to
not play.
interpret the
No.
meaning of winning
No.
and losing,
No.
I'm out.
No,
Oh,
what
okay.
I say is, I understand that. I'm just saying for me, I'm satisfied.
Whoa.
Go ahead.
You'll violate
That's
your
it for me.
parole, Z. Don't do
I
that.
won't.
Don't
Can't-
go back.
can't do it.
Don't go back.
Can't do it. Can't do
I'm
it.
satisfied if I don't meet the personal goal, but my side one, I feel like that I lost, but it's less of a loss.
Okay. No, but okay.
There's degrees.
I think this game has an issue with that part. I
This
think it's
game
still
is
fun
definitely-
though. It's still fun.
Fallen for me a bit.
Yeah.
I think that's
So by
there's some
his
problems in it.
marks, you now hate it.
Apparently, that's how that works.
Yeah.
You've always hated it.
Yes,
From the
I
moment
have.
you laid your eyes.
I have
From
no
the moment I
desire-
first played it, I was
Yeah.
like, huh?
I have no desire to play this game, but it was okay at one time. It's okay.
Now you hate it.
It's okay.
All right.
Good. Number 8, Dead of Winter.
Switching back to a
Lock it in
different,
a room with Tokaido.
switching back to a different top 10 list made in a different universe apparently.
Go ahead. What
My
game
number
have you
8
not
has been
heard of?
around for thousands of years. No, you've heard of this one. It
Go.
just-
Wow.
no, it goes okay. Chinese checkers.
Goshi, Shogi.
So
That's
this one I played a lot as a kid, and I
Yeah.
hated it then, and I hate it now. And it's mainly because I like the idea of Chinese checkers, which is if you've never played it, you got to jump all your marbles into the one opposite you and get them all across.
how do you move?
I can't tell if you're
Are there dice?
troll, such troll.
This is so stupid of a choice, Tom.
I
Okay,
know.
go ahead.
No, okay. Why is this a stupid choice?
Do you
This is
like
why-
Who cares?
No.
Nobody watching
This
this
is-
cares.
I know.
Nobody watching
Right.
this cares
I'm
that you
not
put
attacking-
Chinese checkers on your
Oh,
list.
I'm not
God.
attacking stuff just because it's
Nobody's
popular.
watching out there
I don't
going,
like shoots and ladders. Oh my
Tom's
God.
right.
Yeah.
Honey,
Yeah.
give me the Chinese checkers from the closet.
No.
We're throwing it out.
The guy at the game
No
store
one's
said
done
it
that
was
to yours
popular.
either, so whatever.
I'm sure somebody
Do you
out there
like,
right now is having a
okay.
Dead of Winter barbecue.
Do you like Abalone? With the black and like.
It's
black-
okay at
Okay.
best. Here's why I
Do you
don't
like Chinese? Do you like the idea of Chinese checkers or Avalon? They're the same essential
The main
thing.
reason I don't like this one is because every time I play, you start and it's you're doing these cool double jumps, and then the middle of the game, everything's clogged in the middle, and it's just this very big, long. It takes the very idea of an abstract strategy game, which has these long, thoughtful moments, multiplayer. That's my problem with the game. Instead of me sitting there waiting for you to take your turn,
Yeah.
I'm waiting for 5 other people to take their turn. And I don't
Yeah.
feel like I need to justify picking games. I'm sorry.
Listen,
Hang on. Catan is what I really meant to say.
I'm sorry to say this. This is your historical top 10.
No! Because I am following the thing of the game. I'm sorry. What I'm thinking is, if you can only find popular games to hate, you're not digging deep enough.
Oh no, I can hate these games,
Yeah.
but it is probably apparent I don't particularly enjoy Chinese checkers because it's for children and 800 years old.
Whatever. I will not apologize for my choice.
Tom.
That's my number 8.
Tom,
I'm
the kids,
sorry.
man.
I'm
The
not
kids.
edgy.
The kids. The kids.
Number 7.
All right. Talk about controversial.
I'm loving this. This is fantastic.
Talk about
You're doing
controversial.
a good job, okay? You're bringing laughter to children everywhere.
So they're gonna have commercials for you.
I will be there.
I'll be there for you. I tried.
No, you didn't.
I tried. I really tried.
But you still hate it.
I bought several of the games. I tried.
Several of the games.
From this person, I don't like their designs. Friedman Freeze.
Wait.
I don't.
So it's
Number
a whole company. Number 7 is Friedman Freeze. It's a whole company. Dang, we were kidding about picking people, man.
That's all right.
That's messed up.
now-
That's not a game.
I just don't like his games.
Obvious.
I've tried a lot of them. But like a designer, you go like, hey, like, I don't like this, I don't like that. But then they had like one hit, like Rainer Knizia would be one that people like. They like a lot of his games, but like these are trash or whatever. Like, I played his games and I'm just like, no, just no. I feel like he would be how some people feel like Knizia is. Like, I just feel like he just puts stuff out every year and it's just not that good. Like, I tried his different types of games, like that Fast Forward series. I tried that.
Okay, so Power Grid, no.
No, I have not played Power Grid. So
You
I
haven't
cannot
played his biggest hit ever.
But I'm just saying. Like, oh, he has enough trash. After that, oh, he has enough trash.
That's because he needed to power.
Right, he has. So
plan.
clearly, after the Power Grid, the power went to his head because those designs they're just not that good. They're not really that good. And like at the end of my breaking point was Futuropia. Like, I was just like, I can't do this anymore. And that was just a ton of bits, and it was a mess of a game. That also, he had one called Finished. That was a solo game. And once you don't do a good solo game, you have broken me.
Did you play is Finished the one with?
It's
Is that the video game themed one?
Yeah, where you're like, yeah.
Did you play the one where you like file
No.
papers?
That was like a work thing. I can't remember what it was.
Friday.
No.
Which is the one with the worker where you're like
I don't like
organizing papers
I don't like
in
Friday.
the
And
office.
Friday, yeah, that's
the one you're talking about. It's called
yeah.
Finish?
Yeah, it's called Finish. That one.
That one is atrocious.
Yeah, that was atrocious.
It's a horrible game.
And
It's
then
about
also, I don't like
sorting paperwork.
Right, sorted paperwork. I don't.
Shoot
and Friedman
me
Freeze
in the
is
mouth.
Friday. I don't like Friday. Like everybody, solo gamers love Friday. I just don't like the game. Like, I just feel like if he can't make a solo game, and although he does make the games that have solo modes, he will tell you like those are just training games. I'm like, well then fine, I won't buy your games. Like,
I feel like
I don't know how you could move up from here. So you did some games. Now you did a designer.
but
Yours
I'm
could do a
just
whole
saying,
category.
like, I'm just saying,
Party games,
Now,
number
don't
5,
get me
6.
wrong. Power Grid must be great, and then like. He probably rested on those laurels a little bit, and then they just got progressively worse to me. Although I know that Friday and this one Power Grid are such a love games.
I like a lot of his games.
Yeah,
All right, I guess we're not playing Fast Sloths tonight.
I haven't found 2 in a row. I heard Fast Loss is good. I would be really suspect
I
of
ain't
that.
playing it with you now if you're just gonna hate on
I'd
the
be really
designer.
suspect of that. I'll give it a chance, but no.
All right, so
Sorry, Mr. Freeze. I hope he's a nice guy. So
Well, not anymore.
I hope he's a nice guy. I don't hate, so I just don't like any of your designs.
Top that with your number 7.
my number 7's just a game. It's not a whole person.
I'm sorry.
It's just a game. I honestly barely remember the game.
Oh, now that's a legit thing to do?
It's a game called Tragedy Looper.
I thought you liked this game.
Lordy, no. I thought this game was horrible. This one I instantaneously, like going right into it, I was completely put off. It's extremely hard to understand. It's extremely obtuse. It was esoteric. It's supposed to have like people love talking about how the theme is so strong.
Yeah.
You're a time traveling nerd trying to solve a crime.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, mechanically this is an absolute mess.
It's an absolutely terrible.
Have you played
game.
this?
Yeah, I actually
It's
just like that. That's
terrible.
how this is. It's so bad that I hope
This got an expansion, man. How? Some people like it, I guess.
Eric
Those
likes it.
people.
Eric likes it.
Eric is, I also almost did I put it on here? I did not.
We just gotta have
I
people on
almost
this
put
list. Top 5 is people.
Merchant of Venus on my list. It would be like my 11. Merchant. The only reason I did not, literally the only reason I did not, is because it's from like the 70s. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And I gotta forgive 30, 40 years of bad.
No,
decisions.
you don't have to forgive 30, 40 years.
It's old,
legit,
okay?
It's a legit thing to pick an old game.
I can't expect it to be that good when design sensibilities just weren't
You
in
can
place.
still hate on something
You
old.
can still hate on it. Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
hate
know.
old
Oh, I know I can.
games.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Tom hates cave drawing. He just said hate.
No, that's
I
bad.
hate Lasco.
All right.
Tragedy Looper mega sucks. Don't ever suggest to play it with me or really with anyone else.
That was one I literally just threw in the bin.
Fine. This one's not as old as Chinese checkers, but it's
That's
still
a tough
pretty
one.
old.
That's a tough.
I like the Cosmos 2-player line. Some of my favorite games, like Lost Cities and stuff, have come from that.
But now tell me, Crocodile Pool Party.
It is Crocodile Pool Party.
Yeah! Crocodilo!
I am
I heard
still
this was great.
at a loss how this game got published.
Oh, I want to play it
Because I
now.
played through
I
it.
believe Friedman Freeze was directly involved.
You have these people who are swimming across a pond, but they're actually all were-crocodiles.
What? Are you serious? That's what the theme is?
Yes!
You lied. You lied.
No, I'm not lying. You
lied.
could turn them over and they show a crocodile on the other
So they're
side.
actually like crocodiles pretending to be people.
Yes, and then they start eating each other. And you move in lines, and you can move a certain number and reveal that you're a crocodile, but everyone is a crocodile, so it's not much of a revelation.
That's hilarious. Haha! It's like, no, we know.
It's really bad. Again, this one has.
This one has.
This one's been on my most hated list for a long
yeah,
time.
it's like a
Goodness.
legacy hate pick.
It really is. Like Lost Cities was good.
That's beautiful.
And there's even ones that are like okay,
Right,
like the hunting
okay.
one. I forget what that one's even
Yeah,
called.
the bear, whatever
The
one, yeah.
bear on the front, and there's a tug of war one which I enjoy, and Lost Cities, and then I played this one, and it was kind of. And since then, I played a few others that I did not enjoy. Some that you like actually, but I don't enjoy them. But none have been as bad as this one. Again, this is still one. This is that. It's actually not as bad as Uwe's game.
Right, Tarj, what is that called?
It's just so bad no one remembers. But
What is that two-player game from Uwe Rosenberg?
you're connecting the dots and stuff. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
It's like, it was just on sale for, I believe,
yeah, like a
$2.
$2. But this one,
Two-player game.
Wow.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
one, no, I went into it expecting it to be fantastic, which is, and the Cosmos line, the Cosmos line felt sullied by this.
Wow.
This defecated on the Cosmos two-player one.
Yeah, that's
Crocodile pellets, we called it.
not exactly what I'm saying. All right, my number 7, Crocodile Pool Party.
Oh my gosh, this game looks terrible. I love it. I love it.
Number 6.
Oh man.
All right.
I feel bad like after that freeze thing. I'm sorry.
Oh, which,
I think it's wonderful. I think
Which Titan am I going to talk crap about now? This one right here. This actually started out. You
it's
know
a
how
whole
like
family of people.
you know how games start out with like the bad scent on them. Like you hear bad things coming into it. Like you could you're like, oh my god, like this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. But you were so excited for this game and you get it beforehand. Well, this actually has to do with something I generally don't care about unless somebody makes me care about it. And it had to do with the components. It had to do with components. People came out of S and they had problems with the components, things were missing, and then also the production on them was bad. And that is Underwater Cities. So the first thing that came with Underwater Cities that I did not like was there was missing components in mine. But there was also these super thin boards and pieces, and I was like, there's got to be something wrong with this game.
I laminated mine.
But yeah, you have to laminate your game. Think about that, and I don't like that. Like if I got to buy a game,
transcends the crappy boards.
No, it doesn't. But I found that and when I actually got to the game, I didn't find it really impressive. I feel like everybody was kind of on this exciting hype train for it, but I never found anything that made it fun for me. And I was excited about this as a solo game, which people love. And
Do you like Terraforming Mars?
we shall see later on in my life. Wish I had at least a kazoo. But I think that's why. I think
withdraw my objection, Your Honor.
I think something about that in this is not my thing. And also, when I also saw people win using this specific strategy that I kind of noticed, and I was just like, no more.
What was the
No
strategy?
more.
Do you remember?
I think it was like they were focusing on kelp or something like
Yeah,
that.
okay, never mind.
You know,
kelp
just
strategy
the kelp
is the way to
strategy.
win. You've
and
heard that, too.
completely turned me
I've
off.
tried it, and it did
Yeah.
not go
Yeah.
poorly.
Well, I got pummeled twice
You win
doing
with
that.
the kelp. It's
You don't even know what you're talking
the
about.
kelp run is the way to win that game. I'm sorry.
With Han Solo?
If you
Yeah.
want.
So like that just
I've won in like 9 minutes with the kelp run. Less than 9, less than 12. What is it? I don't know Star Wars that well.
Sometimes
Make
I
this
think
joke.
when we-
It's parsecs, you dork.
I know it is, but I forget if it's 9 or 12.
sometimes when you talk about games, I always realize it's like, hey, we're fencing into animals, and then I think of like, hey, use the kelp, and I'm thinking to myself like, boy, we just sound like total nerds. Like, who talks? Let's have a strong conversation about kelp strategy. You know, like it just sounds so silly. So whatever. Yeah, I definitely can see why people love this game. I didn't think it was impressive at all, but it's got some similarities to a game I really don't like, which we'll find out later on.
No, we just found out like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
You said it.
Yeah.
Well, he said it, and you were like, oh, you got caught.
Yeah, you got
Like a deer in headlights.
you really opened it up. So
I'm sorry. All right, my number 6 is every Eurogame designer. And I will list them all, starting from the one I hate the most.
I'm
Uwe
sorry.
Rosenberg. Stefan Feld.
Whoa.
Oh no, this is an Uwe Rosenberg game though.
I thought it was gonna come down like it's
That would be
stamps.
great, like
the
it's
stamp.
It's a scroll. It's like
Yeah.
movie scroll, you know. My number 6 is one of Rosenberg's games, and for a while there, he came out with Agricola. He came out with Le Havre was in there somewhere. Caverna. I haven't played Le Havre. But after that, like he was just sort of making the same game for a while.
Oh, he was on a run.
It was like, okay, no, I've played this, right? Oh, no,
No.
this is new?
No.
Oh, okay. This one has how many resources?
Yeah.
Why? This is Ora Labora.
What?
Which, again, I will say, I barely remember, and I know I played it because I've rated it on Board Game Geek.
What'd you give it?
A 3.
All my games are ranked 2 or less.
I don't hate games, though. That's a lie. I hate so many games.
I
This
hate
was
so
a
many.
very easy list
I
to
know.
make.
I hate so many games. I really
Easy
do.
list.
I don't like. There's a lot of
Sometimes
games.
he's like, I struggled. Not with this one,
No, this
baby.
was so easy. I had to leave so much hate on the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm doing a follow-up with 11 through 50.
I could just do. I could do that
this.
too. You wouldn't believe some of the games. I'm just
You
like.
say
I
you don't hate anything.
Well, I'm just saying. There's a lot of games I don't like. I think people think I like everything. I'm like, absolutely not.
Well,
like
I
that,
obviously don't know you very well,
Yeah.
so I'm not thinking that at all.
No, I don't. There's a lot of games I don't like.
This one has just more of the same. It's got like one clever thing. People, that's the thing. All these Euro games have one thing, and people
Yeah,
gravitate
right.
towards, and they're like,
Right.
yeah, but what about that wheel, huh? What
Yeah.
about that thing,
Oh,
that
yeah.
needle?
Yeah. Innovative.
As it moves, it moves past resources. That's when you get them, you see. And if you get more, they go farther behind the wheel or some crap. It's like, all right, but the rest is the same stuff.
Yeah.
And there are like 12 or 14 or 18 resource types in this. Enough. Pete? Really? Come on, man. I mean,
Can we?
it's too much. Like, this one felt truly like just fell right through the cracks for me.
Wow.
As far as having a distinct personality. It just was another game. You know what I mean? It's almost like punching a clock for him. Here's the new Euro game. What you name it? Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Ora and Labora.
Hey Z, would you mind if I join you on number 6? And I can just staple like Spring Meadow, Cottage Garden, all those. Like, can I staple them to what your number 6 is?
You can just
I
say
need-
Uwe Rosenberg if you
Yeah,
want.
or just no, because he was my favorite designer for a while, and then
He's number 5. Don't worry about it.
It was something about him, and I thought he was the best designer. I loved his stuff.
He's very good.
He's very good. Like, he's great. And then he just made these run of games, and I was just like, "What are you doing, man? Like, I don't know. Like,
Not every
did he have a
idea
change?
you have
Does-
needs to be
I'm just
published.
saying, like, did you have a change in your life or something? Because the games, they got lighter and they weren't as good. They just As soon as he got these lighter games, I'm like, I don't know, maybe he just shouldn't make lighter
but he
games.
did really like games to begin with. He did Bonanza and Mamma Mia.
Right, I'm
and
just saying,
Space
like it just
Beans.
start. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay,
just
let's not
something,
talk about Space
something
Beans,
in there. It just, like
Space
I like
Beans is
his
tight.
bigger ones, Fields of RO.
Darth Vader's in that.
Darth
I mean, I like
Vader.
all this stuff around that, but not these, and I haven't played them, nor do I have a desire to. But like,
I just
feel
think,
like the little
he
ones.
has a serious problem with repeating himself. I'm
Right.
guessing just because something has to come out.
Yeah. So I understand when we were on another segment. We were talking about his New York game. It looks like the same stuff, but it's got animals. And I'm a little worried. Like I am a little worried, but I'll try it. And I know that Capstone Games brings good games to the market, so I'm gonna just have to have faith in this and try it at least. But yeah, there's a lot of things I could staple to
Right.
your number 6. Thank you for allowing me
You got it.
to add the extra.
Whatever.
toppings on
Get
there.
your hate out of here.
Yeah.
Let's go with the stuff that
Yes.
deserves it.
Extra toppings for that.
My number 6 is a bit of a stand, and I think one of my most famous reviews, or infamous reviews, what was the name of that game now that I really trashed? One-upmanship. But I didn't put that on my list because I'm not even sure I consider that to be a game of any sorts. It was almost a print and play type thing. I wouldn't even review it today. But this here is an example of the games on Kickstarter that somehow get funded, and then they come, and I'm still not sure they're a game. And this is Mr. Game with an exclamation point.
Whoa.
The Chaotic Party Game.
Whoa.
This is one of my fiercest negative reviews I've ever given in this game.
That's a nice cover.
I'll show them the board, Roy. All right, so the board is basically just blank.
Did they forget to set the components up? I mean, there's still like bunch out boards there and everything. What is that?
You take those things and put them on the board. You build the board as you go. You roll around, land on stuff that makes you lose turns, roll again, grab things like roll both dice, choose one to be the numbers you roll to be a new goal, move the goal markers to any space of that number. That's just a bunch of jibberty jabber. I cannot emphasize how bad this game is. I have very rarely physically got angry and thrown a game across a room.
It's just funny.
I did with Mr. Game. Yeah. I was so mad at this game. I hate it. I hate it, what it stands for.
Wow.
I hate the Kickstarter people come in and act like games are fantastic.
Wow.
I don't hate people.
Haters ball.
Per se.
Over here.
But I hate the company that made this game. Actually, they have a. If I understand correctly, I think the company that made this game
my water.
Has a.
Somebody spitting.
I think the company that made this game has another game on Kickstarter right now. I don't remember, but it doesn't matter. This game is just awful. It's
called
terrible.
Mr. Vassal.
Yeah, no.
Mr. Vassal.
Mr. Vassal.
You can't trademark your name.
And you sound like a hateful $1 backer.
Did you bag this for $1?
I do sound like a
hateful $1 backer right now.
Did you bag this for $1, Tom?
I just bagged this for $1. Come on here and say.
He's the type of guy now that he goes on BGG, like even though it's on Kickstarter, like, dear BGG, I have a really big problem with their last Kickstarter. Let me tell you my perspective.
They sent me this to review for sure.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well,
highly unlikely they will send me a second game.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yes.
Mr. Game Second Edition, I doubt that. It's going to show up.
2 exclamation points.
Oh,
Mr. Game! That's great.
But if you add story to it, then it's Mrs. Game. Like Ms. Pac-Man. Oh, you weren't there for that.
Don't save it for that.
That's
one.
a deep cut.
Don't save it for that one, man. That's bad.
Huh?
That sounded bad. By the way, I just want to be that picture. That was really funny. It didn't even look like it was punched all the way. Like, when you were explaining, I'm like, wait, what did they use that circle for? That looks bad.
It is just.
That's forgettable. That's forgettable.
I hate this game, but I mean, there's a lot of games that could fit in this category, so I'm
Right.
lumping them all together.
Yeah.
Crappy, Kickstarter, clickbait, trash, garbage.
Wow.
Mr. Garbage.
Yep.
Mr. Garbage.
Mr. Garbage.
Come up with rules. I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna cut
Just
you.
click the button, Roy.
Number 5.
All right.
Halfway.
This one hurt a little bit.
Hurts me now.
It hurt a little bit.
You want to put Rosenberg on your list again?
So this game was such a hit and miss, and this was last year with this publisher. Just games that you buy and you were like, okay, I'm excited. I didn't get an early copy of this one. I just got it faster, it seemed like, when it was shipping time. And I played it once by myself, and this publisher's known for solo. And I played it twice by myself, and I just said, like, I don't know why I don't like this game. Maybe it's just a better multiplayer game. Let's try it. And I did, and I was done. And I sold it that weekend, and I got a lot for my return on that investment. And that is Wingspan. Wingspan, this is the thing about Wingspan that I truly, and I shouldn't have put it as a hate, but I definitely don't like. This is what I just don't like. This is what I just don't like. I don't feel, and a lot of engine building type games usually get flack, like they are loved or hated, right? Engine building games, oh my goodness. Oh my
We don't want to be associated with this.
No. All engine building games, they're hit or miss, right, for some people.
Yes.
And there's one right here is a huge hit for others, but I just like different ones. And I was like, I mean, I understand like the little engine building and the birds and stuff like that.
Do I need to help you?
I like the components. I like I said, I like the birds and how it's thematic. But I don't necessarily. Oh my God. I don't necessarily care about themes all the time. And that was the thing. Birds. I don't care about that. I don't like birds.
How do you not care about birds? Everybody loves birds.
But I like what they did with the theme. Like, I really do. Like, I like the way those cards and the eggs thing. And I was just like, I don't know. For some reason, I feel like, okay, it's the tactical thing, like that tactile feel of moving things around. And like I do. And I was just like, I'm just not interested after a while. And there is a crap ton of cards that you will never get to. That little in between, that round scoring.
Seems like a weak excuse.
No, those goals.
A lot of your choices for games you love.
The goals that you have in there, that chart, whatever that thing is, that's not interesting at all. It's
but
just
don't talk about too much content now. You know some of the other games you put on the other list.
This game, I'm just saying.
I
didn't find the game that interesting mechanically. Now I have her other game. I have her little card game. I like those.
Tessie-Messie?
Yeah, I love Tessie-Messie. But I like Tessie-Messie. But I'm excited about that.
Are there any birds in that?
No,
It's
it's
flowers.
butterflies.
That's garbage.
Butterflies.
She did the flowers, the birds, the bees. No,
Yeah.
the butterflies.
Yeah, butterflies. I'm excited about that. Not this one. Not this one. And it's got automaton in it. Like I was like, oh yes.
I don't really want to argue with him on this one because I feel like I'm just gonna let the internet handle it.
I mean, honestly, and you know what?
You know what's gonna happen though? I guarantee you, there's gonna be like 6 people in the comments who are like, about time someone finally said something against Wingspan.
I'm not just that I live up to the hype thing. I played it by myself, which is the best way I like to play these Stonemaier games to start out because they do a really good job of setting that up. But it just, I'm like, wow, I really thought I would like this game, and I was really disappointed in it. I was really disappointed. And then we can just staple Tapestry right to that one too. Like, that was tough. That was a tough year for Stonemaier for me. It's a very popular year, but I mean, hey, he got the checks. But I returned both those games and sold them for a great profit.
Number 4 gonna be Jamie Stegmaier?
No. And by the way, here's the thing about this, and I'll tell you, for each one of these, I was probably one of the first people to just get in line to buy these, especially these newer ones. Like, first one, like I even sought out these specific games. Like, as soon as they come, pre-order them. As soon as they come, I'm trying to go find these on on Amazon Day, if I can go get them. And hey man, once they get on my table, they're not good. They ain't good. So this one right here, I gave 3 shots. They all missed.
3 strikes and it's out.
You should be shooting at birds, is all I'm saying.
All right, my number 5 is a game that Tom likes.
Oh, wow, how's that different than the rest of you guys'
Maybe
lists?
you even love it. And I think you are mentally unstable for liking this game.
Oh, not otherwise.
No, just for this reason. I think otherwise you are mentally well-equipped.
This came from the Czech Republic.
No?
Okay.
What kind of question?
Is it from Czech Republic? What? No.
What? I don't know where this line of questioning is going.
All right, what's the game?
I know.
It's called Tales of the Arabian Nights.
I like this game.
Yes, I know. I just said that.
Wow.
See what I mean? It makes you unstable, mentally unstable. Your hearing goes. I just said you liked it.
Wow.
This game is not a game.
No, actually, the person on the cover was like, "Oh my God, look at that genie on the cover."
I think
like,
this is
oh
not
my
a
God.
game. I think this is a bad reading tool.
Yeah.
You are.
I almost put this on the last top 10, the adventure game one.
Right.
I could have seen that. I could have seen it, but I think it's just, again, there is no game. You aren't deciding or doing anything. It's just a really terrible way to deliver a non-coherent book.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Non-coherent book.
It just doesn't fit on the box.
Yeah.
But that's what I would have called it.
Yeah.
The thing
That's
is,
what it
I
is.
actually almost agree with everything you're saying, and I still like it.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's
It's
okay, and that's fine, but I thought it would be a game, and it's not. It's just sort of
it's a reading activity. that has a
random.
we
lot
don't
of-
even hardly.
Yeah.
There should be breaks in it to color. I think that there
Wow.
should be moments in it where you take a break, and from that book you pull out a sheet and they give you a crayon.
Jeremy,
and you color.
like Jeremy.
And then you go back to reading.
So Jeremy, you went on an adventure today. I want you to take out a piece of paper and draw how you feel about
That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. And I would draw Friedman
it.
Freeze,
Friesman.
and an anvil,
Yeah.
and a rope,
And put
then a
Acme on it.
genie.
And put Acme on it. And it's like a little.
Friedman Freeze is gonna be upset with you, man. I like him. I think he's a great guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tales of the Arabian Nights is my number 5 pick. Get out of my face with that.
My number 5 is I don't know if this game was on Kickstarter or not, but it's based on a computer game. And from what I understand, the computer game is a pretty bad game, a ripoff of sorts of
Smurfs?
Hearthstone, or at least the World of Warcraft game before Hearthstone.
Oh.
This is Shadow Era. So
At least I've heard of it, kind of.
Oh, no.
yeah,
I've
well,
never
this
heard
one
of it.
actually had a hard time finding a stupid picture of the
Wow.
game because this game infuriated me for many reasons.
Okay.
The number one reason was the fact that the rules for the game
Ugh.
were written on the other side of the board.
Yes.
Are you serious?
I'm
Yes.
not. You'd like pick them up and like, and I put it down. We put all the cards out, and I'm like, ooh, I don't remember that rule.
You're
Move
serious.
on. I'm not kidding.
That is, you win the award for worst decision
Wow.
in board gaming.
There were so
is-
many bad decisions. Though.
There's so many
Now,
bad-
when I played this, I said it felt uninspired and derivative. Then I played Hearthstone, and I was like, oh, because it is. Now,
Rip off of
Hearthstone
that.
was originally based on a Warcraft game,
Yes.
I believe.
Yeah, World of Warcraft
And
TCG.
so this is a straight up. They're trying to rip it off, but they made it everything low value. So like I hit you, it's like this, boop, and then you hit me, boop,
Oh,
and then I hit you.
no.
Boop. It's like eventually one of us will fall. That's the way the game is. The artwork, you saw the artwork uninspired.
One
The whole
shall
thing was
stand,
garbage.
one
But if
shall
anything
fall.
solidified my hate for this game, it was after I posted the review, and the fanboys showed up, and now I hate it even more.
Dear Mr. Vassal, my fingers are tough. All right.
No, it wasn't even that. They didn't even know who I was. They like posted on their forums. I went, and I still very enjoyable. If I believe correctly, I'm a virgin living in my parents' basement.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
No. Yes. Go.
check one.
Yes. Check. Check.
Never played any board games before.
Oh, check.
For sure. Check it out.
Check.
There's a lot of it.
Check.
Was
That's hilarious.
Very good.
Oh man, I
but
know
this
that
game
stuff
was
is
so
like
bad.
Yeah.
feeds you. You know, that's
I
what
actually
it is.
can't wait for the comments for me on this one.
However,
yeah, I can't wait. To
well, hopefully comments like that will not
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
But the thing that got me was, at one point, I met somebody from the larger company who
Oh.
said to me, "You were right," and I felt really good.
Yeah.
That's all I can
Yeah.
say. There was more. They told me that was fascinating. Shadow Era.
Excellent.
Number 4.
Oh man, this game here. Oof.
Well,
This is a game.
At this,
is a
point, you
game.
can really do anything
This
you
is
want.
a
You already
game.
went after Friedman Freeze and
This
Wingspan.
is a game.
I feel like you
movie
can.
and
This is a game only a designer could love. Honestly, this game is.
Good. I hope I love it. Then I'm a designer.
Excuse
I
me.
hate to
With
say
my
this.
glasses.
I just think this game is.
Yeah, take mine, please. Aren't you important?
I think this game is. It's garbage.
think it's bad?
I think it's garbage.
Well, good. About time someone's being honest with
I
their
actually
opinions.
use this game for
To start a
components.
fire.
I use it for components, like probably the second time I play it, like 1.5 time I play it.
Oh, I gotta hear this. Come on. What is
It's
it?
that Discover Lands Unknown. That one right there.
Oh, everybody. A lot of people thought this was bad, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So think
This
about
is less controversial.
Think about it like this. First of all, they did the worst thing. I like games like Raxon, that one too, like this bad marketing campaign. It's like, hey, first of all, we can exclusively get it. Well, this game made the mistake of saying, hey, buy 6 games because it feeds into the fetish that people have about board games. Like, I gotta have everything.
Yes.
So now you're going around these spots and you're basically doing like, like Cracker Jack box type stuff. Like you're buying these things hoping you get the right ones.
Yes.
Except this costs you $60 a piece. Okay, so now I get the game. And now when I'm playing this game, first of all,
Did you buy more than one?
yeah, I did. I bought 2. I bought 2, but I'm not that type of person. But I was just like,
Did you get repeats?
no, thankfully no. But
That would be great.
but on top of that, the game is just not good. So
Right.
I mean, you're going around and basically it's funny is that you look at Mage Knights, you're like, okay, well, you're kind of doing that. You're going on this journey, you're picking up stuff that has numbers on it, you flip it over. Is it exciting? It wasn't. It was not. There was something about this end game that I cannot remember, but it was like you're all cooperating, but only one person can win, right?
Yes.
So I was just like, what are you doing? So then I decided to skip that and just keep going. And I was like, there was one mission there that wasn't even like, it wasn't even exciting. And I'm thinking to myself, there was only 4, I think, in the base game. And I was just like, I don't want anybody to play this. Like, this is not a good game. And I had no problem telling everybody in that solo group that it was not a good game. I don't want people to play this game. It is not a good game.
I don't hate it as much as you, but
Yeah.
I remember that we got to the end.
Yeah.
Sam had to go through the exit. And we're like, oh, we'll help you.
Yeah.
And I spent all my resources. You spent yours. And Sam went through. And then it was like, congratulations. Hope the other guys make it. I was like, wait, what? We just spent all our stuff helping him get through.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
How is this a game?
it's not like Gloomhaven where I said you can go without me, and you like take all their stuff and go or something.
Yeah, but that's
like
a straight up co-op
But that's
game.
what I'm saying. That's a straight up co-op game, and I was just like, wait, what? Like, is that how we're doing
Also,
this?
the randomness did not work for
There's
this game.
so
It
much
needs a
randomness.
strong story.
Right.
And the story wasn't cohesive
that
at all.
story was not cohesive at all.
This was not the game to me with the whole unique game system thing. It just doesn't fit this.
You know what? And like, so the funny thing about this is like, you know, the Fantasy Flight Games does a good job of like trying to lay it out so you can see like, oh, this is what the game's like, and they kind of keep. It's like almost like they take a video game approach. They kind of leak this thing, write a nice little article about different elements of the game.
They're good
so
about
you
it.
get an idea of like you feel like you're making an informed purchase.
It sounded really good.
Right? It sounded really good. I wasted $120 on that. The game's garbage.
In the future.
You turned around and sold it, though.
No, I ain't selling. You can't. Well, once it's open.
Isn't this the one you said you turned around?
No, yeah, I
and
just
sold
turned it
it?
to bits.
Oh, bits. You kept
Yeah, I
it
just
for
turned it to bits.
You could sell these to somebody else.
You could. It wasn't legacy, but it's just
Like
like
bitcoins, you mean?
I got
just
one in
straight
the
up.
Dice Tower
Just
library,
parts.
but I'm about to pull it. Let me see if it actually got.
I use it for
You think it got
parts.
checked out at all?
No.
No.
Actually, 3 times.
Yeah.
I think. I
People
want to know.
probably took parts from it.
I think somebody discovered that it was garbage right away. They were like, no. I mean, I for people that like it, I feel sorry for you. That's all I can tell you.
Woo!
That one I don't like at all.
Go,
man.
Z.
Speaking of ice, let's go to the Caribbean instead. Someplace warm.
Don't try to translate.
Yeah, man,
Worst
that's a
segue of this
solid
top 10.
Best.
Whoa.
My number 4 is a game called Treasure Island. Treasure Island looks like a strategy game. It's a gorgeous looking game, right?
Yeah.
It's
Vintage
fun.
Detroit.
I thought it was man, it's beautiful. I figured this was going to be like an all versus one. People are looking for a guy
Yeah.
hidden. That's really cool. What it actually is a game. It's just a big board, and the person who's hiding on it, picks a random piece of artwork on it somewhere, like that tree, and the rest of the people are drawing with like a compass and rulers and crap on the board, trying to section the board off till finally they figure out, oh, you're in that tree.
Yeah.
I hated this so much. It's so imprecise. It's so not what I was hoping this was going to be. This is like visually cluttered homework.
I
What this
like
was.
this game. I understand
Oh,
it's
this
imprecise, but the
was-
game book itself says if you're not sure, you're caught.
Oh.
That's imprecise. I hate it.
Yeah.
No, that is precise.
No. I
If
hate
you're not
that. No.
sure, but the person would.
No. What you're saying is you have like a dot on the board where you are.
Okay.
And then the circle comes, like they're like looking for you in the
Oh.
circle, and it says if you're not sure if you're in the circle or not, you are. There's no big debate on which side of the circle you're in. You're caught. It basically says ties go to the person who's catching.
Oh, no.
I
know.
hated
I don't like the way
I
you're saying
hated
that. I
this
don't
game
know.
so
Doesn't
much.
seem
The
like
whole
it.
like.
I would probably
I'm
want to
gonna
hate it, but
draw
I
a
wouldn't want to
line.
play it again. Yeah.
Are you in here? No. Okay. I'm gonna draw a line over here and then a line over here. Are you in there? No. Okay.
Would you like to play this in social studies when you were a kid? That's all we would
I
have.
really
Yeah.
hated this.
I mean, like,
I was
that's what I
very
feel like
disappointed.
that.
Also because
Oh, wow.
this cover leaked before I knew what kind of game it was.
Yes.
and I was psyched.
Same thing. I
It
was
looks
the same way.
gorgeous,
Have
man.
you played it?
I have not. I would like to play it though.
I think you
You
do.
are gonna really
I would
like
to.
it.
I would like to play it. Like that seems like something I would like to play.
You're
But
gonna
what you're
dig
saying,
it.
what you just said, I was like, I'm a little worried. But that's okay. I'll try it out.
Nah, you'll like it.
Every
You'll
game
like
gets
it.
a shot.
You're very, very
This is
positive.
the Discover Lands Unknown of drawing games.
Yeah, and I'm serious. Like every game like that gets a shot, but I have other
should
bullets.
buy
and
2
I
copies.
might put a hole in it afterwards. Who knows?
All right,
I might put a hole in
That's
it.
my 4.
Yeah.
My number 4 is one that you've played for once.
Yeah, I play Chinese checkers.
This is actually an expansion. And not only is this on my list of games I hate, but I think this is, if I ever make a list of top 10 disappointing, this will be the number 1 disappointing gaming experience of my life, at least at this point, possibly.
Z Garcia.
No. No, Time Stories, Madame.
Oh!
Wow.
Yes!
I
Wow.
cannot.
That is such a good pick. That is
I
such a good
cannot
pick.
emphasize how much I hate it. Not just this campaign, which I did not like tremendously. I mean, this scenario, but this was the end of the Time Stories campaign.
Oh, wow.
9 stories.
Wow.
And the grand finale ending is here.
Wow.
And it is so bad.
Oh.
So lackluster.
It's
I'm trying not to even to spoil.
We should probably. Who cares?
Yeah, if you don't want to, are you gonna? Have you played Time Stories?
I don't want to play that.
Have you played any of the Time Stories?
No.
Wow.
Good. You're so
All
far
right,
up.
skip ahead like a minute. If you don't want to see spoiler, but basically the end was buy the next series.
It was like drink more Ovaltine.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's what it was. Like they had 9 chapters of like little clues and things, and at the end, decipher this, and what it says is drink more Ovaltine, basically.
And it was like, oh,
buy the next set.
Buy the next set.
Oh my goodness.
Uh,
Dear BGG.
Welcome back.
Dear
You have
BGG.
successfully skipped over spoilers.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it was, and it wasn't that though. The
Wow.
Time Stories itself.
Welcome back. You have successfully skipped over spoilers.
How rude.
Time Stories
How
itself,
rude.
for me, with the different, there's 9 scenarios, and the first one was really good,
Yeah.
and then it went down slightly, and then went up, and then went down a little bit, went up, and then just straight down for like the last
Wow.
ones. Each one got progressively less interesting.
I agree.
It was, and what's weird is, the first 3 were designed before they had feedback from fans, so they
Okay.
couldn't change stuff.
Right.
They got the feedback, and I don't know who they were getting feedback from, because the worst parts of Time Stories
These games are
were
too
amplified
thematic.
in this.
These are too good. Make the next ones worse.
Because, the whole thing is about theme.
Yeah.
And so this one was about, ooh, the 17th century France.
Okay.
And you're like,
Right.
okay.
I don't- yeah,
what's
but-
the catch? Like,
Right.
what's the interesting thing
the
about
hook.
17th century
Give me the
France?
hooks.
And the answer is nothing. It's 17th century France. There's, like the other ones, there was like background stuff. Like in the first one, you're like in an insane asylum, but there's this foreboding something ooh in the background.
Yeah, like the guy running the place knows something.
Right.
Ooh.
And then the second
Right,
one,
that's enough.
you
Yeah.
go to a town and there's like the town is ravaged and destroyed. What destroyed it? This one, you're in 17th century France. You're like, what am I doing? You're just walking around talking to nobles and garbage. Oh, I hate this so much.
Powdering wigs.
This Time Stories was one of my first 10s.
It's a game with a wig.
Time
Just a
Stories
wig
is
game.
now down to a 5 or 6, but I rate this expansion a 1.
Wow.
I would actually give
Wow.
this expansion
Now
a
you're
negative
now,
1. That's how much
now not only are you a $1 backer, now you're a 1-star BGGer. Like right away, you're the first one with the BG.
Oh, I'm not.
What?
And I'm not. And you know
You're
what?
not?
Here's the deal.
No.
I'm not even alone on this. This is.
Yeah.
There's a few defenders of it, Rado in particular, but for the
So hateful.
but for the
I'm
most
loving
part, people are definitely in agreement, especially about the campaign ending.
Man.
I don't think. Do you think anybody was happy with that campaign ending?
No.
All right, fine.
Perhaps.
Anyway, it's my number 4.
Powdered wigs.
Number 3.
All right. This is another one that just hurt. This one hurt.
How many times did you buy this game?
Ticket
This
to
hurt.
Ride,
This hurt.
Catan,
Oh
Euro
man,
games
this
in
hurt.
general.
And I like their games. This
Is
hurt.
it a whole company?
So this is the game.
Fantasy fight game.
So this is a game. Ooh, it could be. This game was going. It was my most anticipated game, I believe. Yeah, it was my most anticipated game of the year. Talked to the designer, was even more sold on it, and then I bought it, played it once, and I think this is what's going to kill it, but I'll tell you what it is. It's Holding On, The Troubled Life of Billy Kirk. So this is a really great concept for a game. This guy is dying. He has cancer, and you are basically playing the nurses. That you're trying to take care of him, and he's telling part of the stories of his life. And what you're trying to do is reveal these parts of the story to kind of make them match up, and then you reveal what's happening to him. And it's just told through cards. The cards kind of give you an idea what's going on, and they slowly introduce new mechanisms as it goes along. The problem is, most people will struggle, if not care about halfway through the first scenario. It's one of those first scenario games where you're like, hit or miss, hit or miss. And if you hit on it, you're like, I guess we'll play mission 2. So what happens is, in this game, you're using these workers. It's kind of abstracted out after that. Really, you're just trying to put these nurses and manage them, which literally look like Monopoly components. So it's like you're just literally taking these little plastic guys, and sometimes you don't use them for a certain way, so they get tired. Sometimes you make it so they can go on vacation, and you get more assistance. But what you're ultimately trying to do is get these memories out of a memory card deck, and this is what I can't stand. You give the deck to someone else, and they unveil a card for you, and it's like a weird random system to make these cards match up as you go in a row. And if you get it right or wrong, sometimes you can't put them down. I was like, there's a lot of randomness to how these cards, memories are built, and if you do it right, you get to see this full memory storyline, and you're like, oh, okay, he was once in the war. Yeah, this is terrible. Maybe he was once abusive. I don't know. Like, you're looking at these storylines, and you're thinking to yourself, like, this would be great. But as the game goes along, you're looking at the same stories, like the same story cards. But then, the best part about this is that, like, the deck of cards and how the scenario is written, that's more compelling than what you're actually doing in the game. Like, there's different things that they change up the mechanisms, but those aren't interesting, nor are those story cards. It's actually the story that's introducing to the scenarios and what they're talking about that's happening to him in the game. Like, that was more, like, I actually stopped playing at around scenario 5, I think it was, and I just read the cards, and I was just like, oh, that's terrible. Like, I actually have more emotion.
Yeah, it wasn't like the guy. Yeah, it's not a happy. Yeah, it's not a happy game at all.
But I don't. Like, that's the thing. I don't care about that. I actually care about, like, what it was trying to do, and, like, I was hoping that story, because I like Michael and Rory's games, and I just thought to myself, like, this is going to be a great story. And when I got through it, I was like, I'd rather just read the cards. That gave me emotion. Nothing down here with that card thing, and I mean, it is literally risking what you're flipping over and what order. I was like, absolutely not. And by the way, nurses as, like, literally like the components of life. Like, they're just really like these little things you put on there. And it's like yes or no, and then you cause trauma to him by not covering up stuff. I'm like,
yeah, I like it more than you do, but yeah, the game is keep the guy alive.
Yeah.
Or find out these backstories. You got to balance the two. You got to find out the backstories to win.
Yeah.
But if you let the guy die, that's an interesting thing in practice, but in reality, you are kind of at the mercy of the cards.
But you're like a panic thing where it's like, okay, so he has like a heart issue, so it's like he's going to keep having this heart issue. And you're trying to get nurses in there, not fatigue them. And then you're also trying to use this, I can't remember what it is, but you're trying to also have a conversation with him, but also not let him get into like a cardiac situation. And then you also got to use these resources to cover him up. And I'm thinking, like, I just thought this was going to be more. And then after a while, I just got tired of doing it. Like, all the stuff that they added, the conversation stuff and all that, I'm not going to spoil it for you. Please, find it on sale. But I was like, wow. This one, and I remember saying this to the designer. He's like, don't go that high. And I said, I can't help it. This is like what I want. And then when I found out what it is that I want, boy, did I get it. I got hit right in the face. This one, no. Absolutely no. I cannot recommend this to anyone.
Unless they find it on sale.
$15.
Ooh, that's a new thing. The highest amount.
If you ask me how much you would buy, or I will give you a number. I always tell people, like, if it was this amount, I would do it to try it. Like, I would just do it just to try it. But I have games. I have games that I'll just be like, I'm kind of have a weakness for card games,
oh, well,
so I would do that. Yeah, I would.
Let me go back then. So,
Vindication.
Which one I just did? Time Stories, Madame.
Yeah.
Free.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right, my number 3.
It should be a promo. It's a promo. Free promo. taped on there.
My number 3, I'm not going to talk about too much because it's an older game. Everybody knows, but at this point, probably if they like it or not, if it's just type of game or not, it's not for me. Age of Steam is my number 3.
Oh,
I
I like
find
that
it
game. Yeah.
very much an exercise in work. Age of Steam feels like work.
It is.
It immediately puts you into debt. It immediately makes you stress
Yes.
out. You're immediately forced to contend with almost real life issues that I'd
Yes.
rather not. I want to
Wow.
escape. I want to go slap a pirate and
What?
eat a parrot.
What?
And I don't want to be in debt and worry that I can't pay it off and I'm going to knock at the door at the end of the game.
Wow.
Save that stuff for real life. Let me eat a parrot. You can quote me on that. Put it on the box. Save this stuff. Eat a parrot.
Eat a what?
Eat a parrot. A parrot. I've said it 4 times. You're asking now what I said?
Well, I kept saying, I thought you said eat a pear. I infringed on Shut Up and Sit Down's
They say
trademark.
eat a pear?
They're always talking about pears for
Yeah,
whatever reason.
pears.
I said parrots, but I'll change it.
Parrot.
Eat a cat.
Oh, wow.
Got it. All right, my number 3 is older than Z's. Apparently, there's a certain limit you're allowed to go old on, but if I go over it with Chinese checkers, then ho ho ho. But it just seems okay.
Wow.
Where's the magical year, Z?
How about this century? And by that I mean last century.
Got it. Phase 10 is my number
That's
3.
fine.
Okay, Phase 10's okay?
Yeah.
I just hate this game so
Yeah,
much.
I don't like
I've
it
gone over it so many
Uno gonna
times.
be on your list?
No, this is the...
This is dumb.
No, it's not that. You just put Age of Steam on yours. How's it different? Because it's a gamer game? Oh, I'm sorry. Do we expect some games to just automatically be better?
Whoa.
Yes.
Yes.
That's true, but still.
This is, you know where I can get this? Walgreens.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't. Again, the list was games I hate, not games that are popular I hate,
Right.
which apparently you both misinterpreted to be.
No, that's
No.
fine. These
No,
are games
it's
I
just-
hate.
yeah,
I
these
just
are games
figured
I
I might
hate,
mention
yeah.
games
I
that
don't like
people
Phase
don't
10.
obviously hate. Like, it isn't
back
an
to that
obvious
picture.
thing.
I don't
Let me
like
see.
Phase
What
10
is this? What is this
because
picture?
there's the 10 phases. I don't like being on Phase 3 and you're on Phase 9. It's so stupid. You're just collecting
I've
cards. so you
never played
magically-
this, so how does this work?
You're collecting cards till you get one of these things. So if
Yes.
I have a set of 4 and a run of 4, I'm like, oh, I finished this phase.
Right.
And then we keep going. And now you're on Phase 4, and
You
I'm still
draw
on
more
my
cards
phase.
all of a
just
sudden?
keep-
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So it's bad. It's like just evolving rummy or something.
Yes,
just that
it's
rummy
called
that
a
never
rummy type
ends.
card
you-
game
if you
with a
can-
challenging and exciting twist.
If you can make me not like a card, that's hard to do. Like a card, like these types of games, that's tough. This one's terrible.
Thank you. This is one of the few
Yeah.
games I've destroyed.
I love card games.
Not
I
that
have
I've
so
done
many
anything
card
because
games.
there's a
This
lot
is
of these in
going.
existence. I would have to work hard to destroy
Yeah.
all of them.
That would be
Yeah.
quite the life
undertaking.
statement. Yeah.
I go to stores. Where's your Phase 10s? Put them in the cart, buy them all, go
Looks
outside,
at
burn
me,
them.
puts on his
The company
sunglasses,
is making the game.
phased out.
It's like the worst superhero ever.
The company making the game be like, we're selling so many of these.
These are really
Let's make
selling.
more.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah. I like that, Tom.
You said bring in board games to the Walgreens. Now I have a reason why. Phase 10. All right.
Number 2.
All right. This game is probably one of the most popular games. Everybody seems to love this game.
You already hit
Uno.
Wingspan. What else can you do?
Everybody seems to love this game, and they put a lot of money into it. Stronghold does. And I just think it's incredibly
Oh,
boring.
yeah, we knew this was coming.
Terraforming Mars. I think the game is incredibly boring. I also think the drafting in there. Put it like this: if it's your first time playing Terraforming Mars and people do the drafting stuff, you're just not going to like this game.
Wait a minute. You should never draft in the first player if someone's never played before.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if that's that, and then also the corporations, like some of those I feel like are better than the others.
No.
No, I don't agree with
Balanced.
that. I don't agree with that. Then also, on top of that, it has some of the worst components. Just some of the worst components.
You're.
No. Oh, well, you can buy them. You can buy them. Of course you can buy them. Of course you
artwork
can
is
buy them.
good.
Or you
I
can make
can't even
them.
argue with that
so
point.
you have to take on a whole nother craft in order to make your... Like, you literally have to, like, you know what? Before we do that, let's have arts and crafts time. Like, it is just...
Hands down, I spent more money
Yeah.
on Terraforming Mars than
Yeah.
any other board game
And
to get better
to be honest
components.
with you, like I said, it's hard for me with theme because I I was like, okay, I do kind of like Mars stuff, right? Like I'm like, oh, okay, like I'll like this, and Terraforming kind of changed. I was like, okay, but there's just not a lot of interesting things going on in that game. I don't like the level of AP that happens in that game. Honestly, you can have a game where people kind of know what they're doing, and it goes a little bit quick, but then you can have people that make this game last forever. And I just don't feel like it should last forever. It feels like this game is just all over the place for me.
Because there's other players. This
game. Oh no! This game is.
That's what you literally just said.
But this game is supposed to be awesome solo. I've had such a bad experience with this game several times, and I feel like I played this a lot over the years. I don't even want to play it solo.
All right.
And you know what? Even better yet, they have an app for it. So I said, one more again, load up the app, try it out.
No.
I just wasted like $20.
That's how much it was?
I think it's 20. It's really expensive. It's an expensive app. And no, I got it on sale for $9.99 because it was like a half off sale, I believe, on Steam or something like that.
Well, that's how much you would pay for it.
For that one,
$9.99.
Yeah, like, and you know what? For people who are like, well, this expansion does this, well, expansion does that. Sometimes I just don't like.
If you're not compelled by the base game,
it's just
why
like,
would
if
I
I'm not
chase
compelled by the base
fixing
game, and it doesn't really cure anything. I hear, it has a lot of expansions that add like another sideboard. That doesn't interest me. They add more cards to it. Well, I'm like, I'm not really interested in the cards as much because I just felt like when I was playing with other people, I'm like, man, I feel like I'm just getting all the crappiest stuff. I didn't feel like the engine burn. And that's probably why Underwater Cities is on here too, because they have some similarities.
Yeah, I can see you don't like good games, is what I'm getting.
Nah, bruh. Pass.
All right, my number 2.
I was going to try it again too, but then after that app, I was like, pump the brakes.
My number 2 is a well-liked game from a well-liked company, from a really well-liked designer. And I abhor this game. It's Galaxy Trucker.
That's why I just asked you about the Czech Republic, and then you got all my case, and I knew this was on your list.
Oh.
And you mocked me,
thought
and
you were
you
just being
made
weird.
me have an accent, which I did not.
You did ask, is it from the Czech Republic? You
From
did say
the
that.
Czech Republic.
I'm from the Czech Republic, probably.
You.
Oh, wow. Now you're going to go with the idea.
No. Seriously, Vasil is probably short for Wasilewski.
Okay. All right.
So I'm being culturally inappropriate.
Oh, gosh.
I apologize.
I'm dead. Yeah.
Anyway, Galaxy Trucker sucks so much. Why do I have to play half a boring game and watch another half boring game?
It's not boring. The other half is super fun.
I don't know what it is about Vlada games
You don't
that
like
he
them.
loves half of games.
Yeah.
Like, the man loves designing games where you play half and you watch half. Maybe he's like he really wanted to be a movie director also, and he couldn't decide between like gaming and directing. So he's like, I'll do both.
Yep.
I'll make people play, but I'll also make people watch things happen. And I just don't like any of the games that do that. Dungeon Lords does the same thing. You set up a bunch of stuff, and then you sit back and watch things fall apart or go wrong. Like, it's not fun. I don't want to sit and watch the game play itself. Galaxy Trucker is that for me. All this random grabbing a bunch of crap, building some ship, and then you wait for a while. Like, click this. That breaks. Click that. You're fine this time. That falls off.
Yeah.
I just hate it. Do you like this game? A lot of people I know do like
I
it.
haven't played
I
it.
love it.
You might love it, but $5.
Wow.
I'm gonna say
$5.
All right.
either this or a foot long,
There you go.
and I would say get the foot long.
Get the foot
right.
long. It's gonna be a new line. Get the foot long.
Get the foot long.
We've been doing a lot of joking back and forth about these games, and hopefully, I'm assuming these guys agree. Just because I don't like a game, again, if you like it, that's fine.
Please, of course.
Yeah.
I do not think that about number 2. I think if you like number 2, I don't know that I want to play games with you. That's how much I hate this game, and I hate the way this game stands for. So this game,
Oh, okay.
I showed you this one a while ago. This is in Cards Against Humanity family of style games, but this one is Pug You.
Oh, wow.
Now, I thought this game would be really cute and everything because it has little pug dogs in it and everything. In fact, the artwork is not that bad. But the way this game works is you have these cards.
They took a good picture of it. That's hard for me. When some people take like a decent, oh no, that's actually a bad picture too. Oh goodness.
Well, again, I'm trying not to. So basically, you put out a card, and then you ask like a question, like who here, like for example, says who here's the most phony, and then everyone votes on that, and then if you win that card, you get that card and put it in front of you, and it will say something like on it, you're a faker, or something like that. But some of the cards. There's literally a card in the game that says, who here is most likely to call a suicide hotline? Which you then vote on in this game. That person then gets a card that says something like, you're not worthy to live. I'm sorry, there's no redeeming value there.
Wow.
And if you play that game and like, hee,
yeah,
I have a problem with that.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, I don't get that. If you play Cards Against Humanity or whatever, there's a big argument about that.
Right.
This is beyond that, in my opinion. This has cards where, you know, and then the cards you give each other are little poop tokens, and it's like, it's
wow.
There's no game there, yeah.
Well, there is a game, but it's not a game I want to play.
I don't, no, yeah.
Wow.
I just have a big problem with that. But it's even more so because it's couched in a game that a kid might grab.
Right. There's nothing worse than when you have a game like that hides it, and then you go home with your family and you play something like that. That's just
right.
That's rough. I really don't like when games do that.
Yeah, I just there's I
always
get
clear.
dark humor and stuff, but to joke about suicide and then say like, you know, I played these voting games before where like someone said like, who would you take with you if you needed to survive in the wilderness, and no one picks me, right? And then I'm like, ha 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 ha, and then later I'm thinking, no one would pick me, nobody.
Right. Correct.
Something like suicide, you're like, wait, why did everyone say that about me? I
agree. It's pretty.
I hate this. And it's
icky.
I almost didn't put this on my list though because I didn't want to necessarily draw attention to the game.
I know, right? I know.
But anyway, that's Pug You.
And finally, number 1.
And finally, number 1. I gotta make this lighthearted again. Number 1. Hit us with a popular game everyone loves, Jeremy. Oh, are you going after one of these games?
What is it?
I'm sorry.
Pandemic?
I'm sorry.
Tell me it's Pandemic.
I'm sorry.
I hope it's Pandemic?
Sorry.
Can't think of anything else.
Arkham Horror, the living card game.
That game sucks.
No, I just can't stand this game. I just literally cannot stand this game. I've owned the game 3 times. I've sold it 3 times.
Wait, what?
I've owned
You're
it
a weird
3
buyer
times.
of games.
No, because so you think you know like maybe you think you're like, all right. I don't know.
You know how many times
I'll be
I've
honest
owned?
with you.
You know how many times I've bought Galaxy Trucker?
What's that? What?
No time.
Yeah. I think I got it. I bought it once.
Sub.
I bought it once. I probably couldn't. It was like I said. It was probably when it first came out. I was just like, whatever. Right. I don't like that. Then I think I got it in a trade. So I was like, all right. I threw it in, and I was playing. And I'm just thinking to myself like, there's nothing interesting in here that will make me stick. It didn't stick for me.
Give me some notes.
Yeah. It's just the randomness didn't work for me. That randomness didn't work for me, and it is hard. I don't mind if a game is hard. Sure. That's good. It's good that it's hard because it's a cooperative game. Oh, I don't like the story at all. Like the story at all is absolute garbage. It's absolute garbage. But that's what this is one of the games that made me realize I don't like Cthulhu themed games overall.
Oh,
like Eldritch Horror was just like. Maybe it was just kind of a bore. This right here was the deal sealer right here, and I never got past that box. Like that first box, somebody was like, buy that Dunwich Horror, which I think was the first expansion off of it. I was like, no thanks, just absolutely no thanks. The story is just not compelling, and I wanted the story because, of course, Cthulhu, there should be a ton of story. Nope, not at all. Didn't find like the settings that they were supposed to put you in too interesting. Pretty art, pretty cute. not a good game. Just not a good game. Like for me, it's just not a good game. Like I know there's a lot of people who like Cthulhu-themed games. The only Cthulhu-themed game that I like is this newest game, Cthulhu Death May Die. And it's probably because it's just mindless. It's not really, I mean, I get the idea of how it works, but it's like for some reason that game connected with me, and none of these other Cthulhu games have. And that is the epitome of like, yeah. All right, yeah. But that one right there, like that game right there is like when I came up with this list, it was the first game I wrote down.
Well, Mage Knight's the last game I wrote down.
Yeah, it was the first one. I was like, I have owned this game 3 times. I gave it 3 full shots. No. My review is no.
I think you actually did way above and beyond. You shouldn't have bought it more than once. If you didn't like
I'm
it.
with you there. I don't go back and rebuy.
Yeah, well, that was also
that's
the time.
very
Like,
rare.
yeah.
I might sometimes if it's been like
this is
years. I do reacquire games sometimes where I'm like, maybe I was wrong. And I've changed.
That's where
I
was.
get the game again, and I'm like, I'm
right.
an idiot.
No, I'm just saying, like that's what happened to me because I would
Game's
watch
not that
somebody.
old.
When I watch other content creators play, I'm like, wait, maybe I just,
When was the last time you played Phase 10?
Oh boy, last night, man.
In preparation for the hate.
It was a tough night.
All right, my number 1 is not actually Mage Knight, because I've never played Mage Knight. I like to avoid bad games, if at all possible. I'm sure it's wonderful. My actual number 1 is a game that when I played, it was called Traders of Genoa. Now it's just called Genoa. That is
amazing cover.
That's a tough cover.
This is a terrible, terrible, terrible game. Here's the thing about Genoa. It's a Euro game.
Oh dear.
It's a Euro game in which you are trying to fulfill things you're doing.
Ooh.
Carry a green cube to a place, and then maybe the white cube you should, take to a different place. Wonderful. In this game, you don't do anything. You, on your turn, sell your actions to the other players. So you, on your own turn, don't really do anything for yourself. You do stuff for other people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine. Seems okay enough.
Okay.
Also, a wonderful way to turn a game that should be 60 minutes into a 3.5-hour affair. I've only played this 0.7 times because we did quit.
That's good.
After 3 hours.
Wait, let me give you the counterpoint. Had you played it 4 times?
Yeah, it would
Until
be.
you play
That's
it.
when it really reveals itself. Yeah, right. This game sucks. It's an absolute grind. Oh, if you take me there, if you go by here, I'll give you a coin. Oh, no, I'll give you 2 coins. Oh, I'll give you 2 coins and a white cube. I'll give you just 2 white cubes. That ad nauseum for hours.
I don't dislike it as much as Z, but I do wonder. I played it a long time ago, maybe 15 years. I wonder if I played it today, if I would like it the same.
Yeah. I feel safe when I'm with you because that looks terrible. That looks terrible.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's talk about true terribleness. My number 1 is one of the worst games ever designed. Z has also played this game with me. We played it live.
Oh.
And it's made by a very prominent publisher, Upper Deck. And this is Dark Legacy: The Rising.
I don't know if this counts as a game. That's
Oh
the thing.
no! This okay. Tell me about it.
Oh my.
Tell me about it.
So, in this game, which is billed
some
as
interest
a
in this,
mix
by the way.
between collectible card game, role-playing game, and crap. It's a combo of both.
Oh man, the crossroads
What if
between
you took-
collectible games, role-playing games, and poop.
So there's a lot.
Dark Legacy.
There's a lot of
Oh,
problems
my
with this
God.
game. One of them is, one of the least egregious of them is the fact that it's extremely generic. Everything looks the same. They have things. I mean, there's
Like
like
sword,
you have
guy.
daggers. It's so bad.
It's like, but it's terrible. Yeah,
Just-
but that's the best thing about it.
Oh my goodness.
The worst thing about it is the fact that on your turn, you roll to see how much mana you have on a 20-sided die. So I roll and I'm like, I have 2 mana. You roll, you have 20. Cool. Like, That nowhere along the line can anyone involved in this game go,
Wow.
maybe a 10-sided dice. Or three
know,
6-sided dice or whatever.
It's wild.
Then you start with level 1 equipment. You have to go up in levels to use the other stuff. About maybe 5% of your deck is usable by you at the beginning of the game.
Oh, man.
And then you can start there and you can slowly put cards on things and then bring them into play. And then again, it's that whole, boop, I poked you for a damage. I'm like, what? Does this game ever end? Well, it will if I get 20 mana and I can do everything and then you can do nothing. It's so bad. And it has ways to level up. So I went and looked
A
online.
bunch of content for
This has
it.
been out now for 2 years. It has only 34 ratings on Board Game Geek. And yet I've seen this game in stores everywhere. I've seen it at conventions all over the place. They really pushed this game, but it is garbage.
Yeah, they were pushing this pretty hard.
There's a bunch of expansions for this too.
Yes, there are.
Like
They came out right away,
They
though.
went
Like,
into
they went
this,
all in. Yeah,
they went into this heavy.
Yeah.
I'm like, why?
I think they had
I'm
3
not sure
expansions
anyone
when they
played
launched.
this
Like they
game.
really were going hard. Like this
Yeah.
is going to be a hit.
I'm not sure anybody played this game
Yeah.
at all, other than the designer. Like, I'm sure that they looked at it like,
Only
it's
a-
collectible card games and Dungeons and Dragons. Like,
Only a
what?
designer can
Published.
love.
That's going to sell a ton.
That's what I tell people. Only a designer can love.
Yeah, well, I think,
This is a great first choice.
I think, if I remember correctly, I think it was a failed Kickstarter.
Yeah. Oh,
Initially.
Oh.
Or at least he was planning to go to Kickstarter
Oh,
with
the
this.
writers
This is
on the
a
wall.
fantastic
Wow.
choice, Tom, and redeems every other dumb thing you've
Wow.
Alrighty. Again,
I love it.
I hate the fact that we have to say this sort of thing, but if you like these games, that's fine. You know, people watch
Yeah.
this all the time, and also, you should play better games.
Play better games.
I always
There's a
go
lot
back
of
on
good
my
games.
said.
serious
It's not
points.
okay.
There's
People
a lot of
may-
good games.
You can enjoy these games,
Yeah.
just don't subject anyone else to them who might have better taste than you.
Yep.
That's nice enough.
All right, let us know what games you hate in the comments. I don't know if I should open that door, but
Yeah.
well, there you go.
Whatever. That's what it's for, man.
Well,
You invited me here to hate on games. No,
I invited you
actually
here.
I chose.
And then I gave him a list. Although
yeah.
I did put hate games on the possibilities
Yeah,
to
I'm
choose.
like, yeah, there are a few games I really, really hate, but like this, I generally don't hate games. It's just I'm done with those experiences. So thank you so much for having me on here. I really enjoyed this one right here specifically.
All right.
I think the other one was a layup. This one right here was hard for me. So yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next time. Until then, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
I'm Jeremy. Take care, party people.